We are gearing up for the festival, which kicks off September 20th until the 23rd in Edmonton. Now, you've been the executive director for about a year and a half now, but let's go back to 1993 and the vision with the initial founders of the festival. What was their vision?
Well, I think it's a vision that's actually still quite poignant now, and it's about creating a hub and a place for Indigenous artists to honor the trailblazers that we've encountered. We know that there are so many Aboriginal artists that are astounding in their vision and their artistry, bringing them together along with non-Indigenous peoples and audiences. And really, it's about creating community and creating relationships.
If someone's never been to the Dreamspeakers Film Festival, what are they missing out on?
Humanity. I mean, but I always go back to what our old people say, that the arts were originally a part of our ceremonies. They were embedded into our ceremonies, and it was meant to communicate our humanity to the Creator. So whenever I see Indigenous artists working, I see that there are lots of people who still haven't taken in, what the depth and breadth of Indigenous artistry is. Then I really think that they're missing part of the humanity that's on this planet, and certainly it helps us to understand our collective identity as Canadians, as shareholders or stakeholders of Turtle Island. But also just we see each other in the art. We see reflections of what we understand, and I know that with Indigenous artists in particular, there's such humor and insight into both historically what we've experienced, our history, a greater understanding of the spiritual world, but also because of that sense of humor, a tremendous sense of hope.
Right.
So, I mean, when I think about what people are missing, those are pretty big things.
Yeah.
So people better come out and see this stuff.
If you take a look at the agenda of the movies that will be featured during the film festival, there is a lot of great talent here. We got about a minute right now. Christine, take us inside the festival. What kind of shows will be featured those 3 days?
Well, with only a minute, I would certainly tell people to go to dreamspeakers.org. That has our full schedule and listings of the events, and there are listings of the films. I think one of the biggest things to accentuate is that this year, and something we've worked for a year and a half, actually for several years now, is to bring back our Youth Day.
Good.
We firmly believe in the artistry, the professionalism of the youth, and the audacity and all the energy of the youth, and so we're bringing that back, and it really feels excellent to be able to focus on that. We've also got a whole bunch of other things that we hope people will really like. We're doing something different this year. We're going to actually have the awards night on opening night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, cool. It might feel a bit like the cart before the horse, but what we found last year was that a lot of people were saying we would have come out to see if we had known that this film was going to be honored this way. So we want that news to get out as soon as possible so that people can actually plan to come and see not only all the films, but really look at what we think are some of the shining examples of the artistry. We're also doing a 2-for-1 night on Friday night. We're hoping that people will come out and, bring a date. And then we're having our closing night. I'd love to go through all of the films. This year we had a great amount of short films, and to try to accommodate that, we not only will have a number of short film selections on the big screen, but we're also doing something brand new called a short film video gallery in the lobby.
Okay.
Where you pay your regular ticket to see one of the scheduled shows on the big screen, but you also get to see, if you come a few minutes early, see a whole bunch of films in the lobby as well. We got Christine Fredericks from Dreamspeakers Film Festival joining CFWE. One film I think really stands out for me as Cree Code Talker will be featured on Friday, September 22nd. This is going to be a great feature. Oh, my goodness. I had the pleasure of seeing this a couple of times. It is a stunning film, partly because of its ability to connect generations.
Right.
I think a lot of us, when we first saw the film, immediately thought of our grandparents, our great uncles, and there's such a familiarity. I won't say nostalgia, because it's not really about nostalgia, but there's some sort of thing that just gets you right in there, where you see these old gentlemen speaking about their time in the war and their honor towards each other and the camaraderie that they have for the brilliant contribution they made to the war. I think a lot of people can really get behind that film.
Christine, how much are tickets and where can people buy them?
Yeah, tickets, regular films are $15, and you can certainly go to the Metro cinema.org website. That's where you can get online tickets. Of course, tickets available at the door. I will say that on 2-for-1 date night, Friday night, just the way the ticketing goes, they're not able to do the online stuff, but we'll honor all those 2-for-1s